One. All right. Good evening once again, podcast fans and all those out there in Facebook world. Time for another episode of Things My Mother Never Told Me. We got some more special guests with you today. We're gonna talk about cars. Tinia's gonna read your bio.
Okay.
And then we're gonna start. We're gonna ask some questions, and you just tell your story. All right.
Okay. All right.
So Tinia, gonna say hi to the people.
Hey, how's everybody out there in podcast world? Thank you again for tuning in with us. You know what? We got a couple today. Yeah, that's very interesting. A couple that loves classic cars. We're gonna start their names. We have William and Maria Bracey. They were brought up they were brought up on the Southwest Detroit on the Fort Schaefer area. And Maria's family is of Cuban descent, and William's family is of Creole descent. And Maria said William was her first boyfriend when they was growing up. He was then drafted into the U.S. Army, and after 45 years, they came back together again and married. Mm-hmm. William has always been into cars along with his brother. They would always go to that Detroit Dragway, that was located in the Brownstown Township. Then he began going to the big track, the National Hot Rod Association. Being his girlfriend at that time, he taught her how to shift gears and everything else about a car. After getting back together, they decided to own classic cars. And that's how it all began.
All right.
All right, then.
Oh, you ain't gonna say welcome?
Welcome, everybody. William and Maria Bracey. You stared at me all.
Thanks for having us.
How y'all doing?
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Listen, we're gonna do talk a little bit. When I talked to you the other day, you said you went to what school?
Southwestern.
Yeah, see, I had to let y'all get that shout out because some of my cousins went to school down there.
And cheerleader. So
all right.
Yes.
Okay. I'll say this real quick for some folks who don't know about Detroit. Detroit is one of the most. Detroit ain't just Detroit. You got Southwest Detroit. You got the West Side, the Northwest Side, the East Side, and the North End. And then you got Highland Park and Hamtramck milling around in the middle of all
Tri-counties. Wyandotte, Ecorse, and River Rouge. Those are the tri-counties out there.
Yeah. So Detroit ain't just a one little place. Okay, so you guys, let's get into the real deal. Okay. You guys like fast cars and having fun. So I know you were telling me some of your story. So let's go right to it. How did you get involved with cars? Let's start.
Well, when I was a kid, me and my little brother, we wanted to drive. And he's younger than a year younger than I am. So my dad told me, he said, well, okay, y'all want to learn how to drive a car? Get in my car and let's go. So we went off to the junkyard. I said, now what in the world we gonna learn how to drive at the junkyard? What he was doing, he was picking up the engine. And we were supposed to build this engine. He said, once we build this engine and get it running, then hey, you can have a car. But you had to know something about what you was gonna get.
Yeah. And by how old were you then?
Ooh, I was 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it ain't like that no more.
Oh no. Well, we took driver's training at Southwestern High School right behind it. They had a driver's training course.
Right.
And all the cars were standard shift vehicles on the column. And all of them had clutches, so you I think it's wrong they were Valiants, I think.
Okay.
Well, I have to say something because this is coming up. It will be at the movies. The movie that we're in, William is driving. I'm just sitting in the car looking
beautiful.
It's with Don Cheetah, and it's called No Sudden Move.
Okay.
And tell your producer she can Google that and she'll see exactly it's coming out July 1st.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, because I I actually got a notice from the little booking agency to come down for the little part, the roles in that one of the extras. And
that's good.
Really?
yeah, but see that they keep sending me stuff on days I just can't do it.
Yeah, I understand.
Well,
Every
we
time they send it to
were
me.
down there.
Okay.
Now, William, he did, I mean, it's really something to see because you have your makeup, your costumes, everything.
Yeah.
Now, I was sitting in one car because they didn't have the people. That's why they called us, because we could drive under the collar. What?
Be on the tree.
Up, yeah, under the stern wheel, that,
Yeah.
and so they didn't have nobody to drive the old cars.
Mm-hmm.
So they called us, and so they wanted me just to sit in the car. I thought I was gonna drive it, but
Mhm.
William, he drove it, and it was a nice.
I think it was like a 1954 Chrysler.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we definitely gonna be able to look out for that because it's a good thing they starting to do these movies back here again, and hopefully they'll pass something to get that back in play where we can have big movies here, more and more.
Yeah,
of them.
they used to have a movie company here, right?
Yeah.
They did have one in
Yeah.
Allen Park.
Yeah, they just did 2 movies.
Right,
Oh,
the
okay.
Black Mafia.
Right, the Black Mafia.
They wanted our cars.
Yeah.
You couldn't make it that time.
Okay.
Wonderful.
So, all right. So cool. So now,
Right, local celebrities.
all right. So let's get back to the story. So
Yeah.
you learned how to build an engine.
Oh yeah.
You got your legal paper so you could drive.
Right.
And so what got you into racing cars?
Well, I mean, I was always, the guys that we grew up with were always, we were watching the NASCAR at that time.
Right.
We was watching drag racing when we could because we would go out to well, let me start here. Back in the day when I was younger, my dad had a friend that lived out in Milan, Michigan,
Okay.
and it was right behind the Milan drag strip. So me and my little brother used to go down there all the time and see the cars run up and down the track. And that's when we got big.
Yeah.
So when I graduated, I went to Ford Motor Company, and I worked. Well, I had a job before I got out of school. I got out of school in July, and I had
65.
a job 1965. But I had my job in May.
Okay.
So when I would get off school, I would go to work at Ford Motor Company at night, working 7 days, 12 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I bought me a 1966 Fairlane GT, and I
that's
taught her how to drive.
that's when we started going together.
Right.
Okay.
And from that point on, we were everywhere.
Yeah.
And my date consists of going to Detroit Dragway, Sibley and Dix.
Right.
That was where, I mean, every time he wanted to take me out, that's where we went. Okay. Oh, I'll take that back. It's 2 places, that place and Belle Isle.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Well, you got to go to Belle Isle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I always tell Maria, I said half of Detroit was conceived on Belle Isle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we held hands out there too.
I know,
And
you
a lot of people don't remember the tunnel that used to go into Belle
Right.
Isle under Jefferson.
Under Jefferson, yeah.
Yeah, that's old school stuff there.
Right. So there's a whole lot of folks. They post stuff on Facebook asking,
Right.
do you remember this? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We remember that.
Now,
Because you had to
I
blow
don't
your
know
horn when you
if
went under.
I don't know if he sent you the picture of the Fairlane. Did you send him the picture?
No, I
of
didn't
the
say
Mm-mm.
Okay, and when we went to the Detroit Dragway, he was always gonna race
Uh-huh.
while I was in the pit side, because I love the pit side. Okay, pit
Right.
side is where you see all the real.
Yeah.
And so he was always racing, so I'm out there,
Mhm.
he won sometime, he lost sometime, but
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
was what we did.
Yep.
In the neighborhood. He was my date. That's where we went.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right.
And then while we were dating, it was always this on a car. Let me show you. Let me teach you. And he taught me how to drive a standard shift. To this day, I wouldn't have known how to drive a standard shift.
Right.
And so our sitting in the car at Belle Isle, what consisted of what was under the hood, how it worked, what this is, what not to do. And then he decided, after he taught me how to drive the stick, then he showed me how to power shift. Okay. So
Don't like speed shift.
yeah, but that one was kind of different.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That was kind of different because that speed, everybody can't take that speed.
That's right.
I already know.
That's right. That's right.
That speed is something. So I wasn't too into the power shifting, but I know how to do it. But so it was a lesson.
Okay, now let me stop you right there. Everybody listening don't know what you're talking about.
No.
What you mean?
Power shift.
What's power shift?
Power shifting is when you put your foot on the clutch, on the accelerator, all the way down, and you never take it off when you get ready to shift the gears. You jam you hit the clutch real quick with your left foot, right, and snatch it in the gear at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. Now speed shifting is no more than taking your foot off the accelerator, right, put it in the gear, put it back in the gear. Right, that's the difference.
Right.
Yeah. Power shifting, you just yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And see, I say that because it ain't many folks out there know how to drive a stick.
No.
I know, because
so they don't have a clue what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. Well,
right.
When you're going for time or anything like that, speed shifting, your RPMs will drop. But with power shifting, your RPMs don't drop because the accelerator
they don't know what RPMs are.
No, they know what that is.
Yeah.
Because cars got that in it, but when it comes to shifting gears, 99% of all the cars they make now is automatics.
Yeah.
In this country.
Right. That's right.
So folks don't want to know that. The only people know that are people who really in the cars.
Right. So I mean, when you mess up, that means that you have to get a new transmission because you probably done ripped off the T-bone.
Yeah, because when we were dating, that's what he had. But he didn't teach me how to drive.
No.
Yep. No. Now when we finally broke up and Maria went her way and I went my way, I got drafted in the military, right? And my first job was explosive ordnance. Okay, which I didn't stay in there very long, about a week.
Well, that's good.
They needed people that know how to drive trucks. So hey, I could drive a truck. And everybody wanted to get in there because everybody was going to Vietnam anyway. So that Vietnam thing happened, and then the Korea thing happened, and I went to Panama.
But he was still. The thing is, you were still racing.
Well, I wasn't really racing then. Okay, I had to stop because of the career. Right, I had to spend just about 12 hours every day in the military. So when I got out of the military, right, I bought me a 1990 Mustang.
Okay.
And I bought it in Germany. And some lady tore it up when I brought it back to the States. So then I got me a 1994 Mustang Cobra. And that's the one that I put all my stuff on.
That's the one I think I sent the picture. It's red.
The red one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's the Cobra.
Okay.
Okay. So going down.
You put yourself on. You just knocked yourself out and put yourself on.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, there we go.
So what happened going down the road? He was still racing, always was racing. Yeah. Okay, even through marriages and he was putting he had a trailer, which that's where the red Mustang.
That's what I started out with. Well, that ain't when I started out. When I started out was with the 94 Cobra, right? And since I was in Tennessee, if you look at Tennessee, they call it Middle Tennessee for a reason, because it sits in the middle of the country.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get to about maybe 7 states all the way around: Georgia, Alabama, Florida, Carolina, Missouri, Ohio.
Wait a minute, you're telling them there's different racetracks.
Oh yeah, all these are different racetracks.
All the different places.
Right.
He's been to all the racetracks.
Right.
Okay. And NHRA is the mega.
Well, they're the sanctioned
They
body.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. And he was going from Tennessee to all, like they have one in Florida. They what they do, they go to state to
Right.
state.
State to state. Yeah.
Now they're on TV. NHRA.
Right.
They're on TV. They have the Top Fuel.
Mm-hmm.
They have the the Top Fuel, that's the ones I like. But now they have the
they're funny cars.
the funny cars.
Right.
See, now Detroit Dragway had the funny cars. That's what I was in love with. Now the funny cars, just like exactly like they say, funny cars,
Right.
but they're souped up.
Mm-hmm.
They run off of nitromethane.
Right. And they have to have a parachute
Right.
to stop them.
Yeah.
So of course it was a lot of high performance. The mechanics talking about this and that. Now we go to NHRA. Matter of fact, we go into one in June.
Mm-hmm.
We go Norwalk. If you ever get a chance, what's his name? The number one guy, Force, John Force.
Mm-hmm.
John
Okay.
Force.
Because see, all these old guys that I knew, like John Force, Connie Coletta, which is out of Michigan. Okay, he's out of Willow Run area. He started out driving what they used to call a rail.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And now he's progressed and everything. He has a what you call it, airplane service where he
Okay.
flies cargo all over the place in Canada. So that helps him when he goes racing, because it can pay for his parts and everything.
Sure.
Now NHRA I like, but NHRA sanction is really, the rules are really, stringent.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did,
It's not that many blacks. It's Antron Brown. It's not. It ain't that. I think it's one black.
Well, Antron Brown, he drives a funny. He drives a Top Fuel,
Right.
and then you got the other boy that
oh yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Can't think of his name.
Right.
Top,
The one everybody fussing at.
Yeah.
and he drives for Connie Coletta. But anyway, so since I was in the Mustang, right, I wanted to drive with other Mustangs.
Right.
So I joined the National Mustang Racing Association.
Okay.
Okay, they drive nothing but Ford cars. Okay, then they have the National Hot Rod the National Muscle Car Association,
Mm-hmm.
which has all different kind of cars. Now these two sanctions meet up at least twice a year, all over the country, right? And they race off.
Right.
Okay. So I had belonged to them, and they used to have another one called the Mobile One Fast Forward.
Okay.
It only lasted like 5 years. I think I raced in it all 5 years, but they were all over the place too.
Okay.
Now,
So tell me about some of your experiences with actual racing.
now he can
Okay,
tell you
well,
that.
Right. And I want you to talk about them pits you was in, because I know you're doing stuff you had no business doing. But tell us about some of your experiences actually driving.
Well, I mean, when I first
I watched you. Go ahead.
when I first started racing, right? I
You
mean,
talking about on the strip?
on the drag strip.
On the
Well,
drag
I mean, to get to the drag strip, I mean, I found out that I had problems because I had these big old slicks,
Mhm.
okay, which I couldn't drive on the
Tires,
street.
slicks,
Slicks are tires on the back,
Right.
okay, and they don't have any tread,
Right.
okay. You don't put but about maybe 10 pounds, maybe 7 pounds of air in, okay, and then when you start off at the Christmas tree, right,
That's
they
the,
will
that's
buckle
the light.
up.
That's
But
the
anyway.
light. Wait a minute. That's the light when you get
The starting light.
ready to race.
Yeah.
The Christmas tree, that's why they call it, because it keeps coming down until you can take off.
It
when you
changes
move-
it's till it go to green.
Right, when you
Right.
move up to the light, you have a pre-stage light,
Right.
okay, which is
Okay.
white.
Okay.
Then you move up a little bit more, and you have a stage light, okay? It is white. When
Okay.
that second stage light comes on both sides, right? Then your amber lights come down, which is 4 of them. Okay, they'll come down one at a time. Okay, and then the green light will come on.
Okay.
Now, when you take off, if the red light came on, you took off too fast, took off too soon.
Mm-hmm.
So you ain't won nothing. You lost automatically.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
So
Right.
now the fastest time I think I've ever been was 11:85, and that was like about 132 miles an hour down the
Okay.
quarter mile, which is
Quarter
1,320 feet.
Mhm.
Okay. Now we always run the quarter mile. In the north, you'll find out that a whole lot of people, like in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, New York, all these other states, they run quarter miles.
Mhm.
Okay. In the South, they like to run what they call the eighth of a mile. And the reason why is because a long time ago, they used to have sharecroppers. I mean, they used to have the sharecroppers were out there,
Mhm.
and they had to, fertilize their field. So what they did, they used to have a little short drag strip. Well, there wasn't a drag strip, it was a little short piece of concrete or asphalt that they used to take off the plains with, and they would go out and they would, do the fields.
Right.
Yeah. Well, when they didn't use them back in the day, the guys in the South, they would race on them. See, and it was about I don't know, it's a little bit, not quarter, about 3/4 of a mile, and they only raced about an eighth
Okay.
because of the point that they had to be able to stop the car.
Right. That's right. That's right.
So, and that's a big thing because, let me see, about 12 years ago, Connie Coletta, his son, was driving a fuel dragster. Okay. No, I take that back. He was driving a fuel funny car.
Okay.
Okay, which has 10,000 horsepower. Okay,
That's a little bit of juice right there.
that's a lot of horsepower. Okay?
Right.
And he was up in a drag strip that was up in the east. I can't think of the name of it, but anyway, to show you how it changed, we were all running quarter miles in. It was 1,320 feet. Well, what happened is his car got in trouble and he couldn't stop it. Okay, and he ran through what we call because after you run through the quarter mile, you got about I'd say an eighth of a mile to stop.
Ooh.
And then after the eighth of a mile, you got what we call the kitty litter, which is a bunch of sawdust, or either sand, and then you have some nets behind.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because of they ran these slow cars back in the day, and a AA fuel dragster right now will travel 1,000 feet in let's see, under 3.4 seconds at about 330 miles an hour.
Ooh.
Okay, and what they found out was the tracks were too small.
Yeah.
So what they had to do, they couldn't lengthen them. So what they did is they started to shorten. So the pro guys right now, the AA fuel dragsters and the pro funny cars, they only run 1,000 feet.
Wow.
Okay, because they're too fast.
Right. Right.
And they slowed them down. I mean, it slowed it down, but you know, you got these mechanics that I mean, these guys are brilliant.
Now,
They picked up the rest of the.
now
I mean,
when he's driving, he has all the necessary.
oh yeah, you got all the
He
necessary
has,
equipment.
it has his
I
helmet,
usually have a helmet.
and
I've got a burn suit on.
right?
Okay.
Okay.
You got special shoes you have to wear to protect you from if you have a fire or not. Now, I do have a fire extinguisher in my car.
Yep.
I do have a bell housing that's shatterproof. That's so if the clutch ever goes, it won't come up through the floor.
Okay.
Now, I remember a long time ago when I was a kid, 18 years old, I was at Detroit Drag Strip. And I got at the line and I was banging gears. And I reached down and grabbed the second gear, which is pulled backwards, right? And I blew the clutch up. And the clutch came through the bell housing. It was a piece about as big as round as I don't know, a glass. The top of a glass, opening up a glass.
Right.
And it enlarged right in the side of my seat.
Oh, okay.
So, and I mean, it came
out.
Yeah, it when they explode, I mean, it's a pretty big, you know, explosion. Because and metal goes all over the place. So without a scatter shield, you know, you kill yourself out there.
So
right.
He's well dressed when he goes out. I've watched him several times.
And then you have to take extra parts with you. You figure out what you always take
almost another car.
Well, you got to be prepared.
Yeah, you got to be prepared.
Right.
So let me ask you.
I have right now, the 1994 Mustang. I took out the whole drivetrain, which is the engine, the drive shaft, the transmission, and the rear end. The original one that came with the car, I still have.
Okay.
So if I ever decide to take all that stuff off that car and put it back together, all the numbers will match. All the serial numbers will match with the car itself.
And see, people out there they're probably wondering, well, what does he mean by matching? That's an important thing when you're in racing. Numbers match.
Well, not really.
Not just racing. Not just racing.
But in restoring and making the car that you want to sell or something.
Right. Like you told me, you got to know about it so that you can talk about it.
Oh yeah. Well, you have to. I mean, if you're gonna sell a car like that, you have to list all that stuff.
Exactly.
Because they're gonna want to know: is that the original engine in there?
Original, yes.
Is that the original transmission in there?
Right.
You know.
Yeah. Because I was watching a show where the guys were restoring cars. They would buy cars and restore them and then sell them to get bigger, better cars.
That's correct.
And when the car would come in, the guy would look at it and they say, "Oh, this is a great car," and then they check. Wait a minute, this part didn't come with this car. So, like you said, the numbers weren't matching, so there was an issue, and it affects the value of the car.
Yes,
that's right.
Sure does.
I mean, when I bought that car, I paid $3,000.
Okay.
And that was brand new when I was 18 years old in 1966. Now, if I would put all the matching things back together, I could probably get at least 40 grand for it.
Okay.
You know, 3,000, 4,000.
But you don't plan on doing that.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, now, so I do have my roundabout car, which is a 2010 stage 1 Roush Mustang.
Okay.
Stage 1 meaning Jack Roush. That's how he put all his cars.
Well, Jack Roush is like he's a guy that buys different automobiles from Ford Motor Company.
Right.
He did a Bronco, F-150, Escort, and he redoes the cars.
Okay.
He uses all his technology and he puts it all in there.
It's like buying a Shelby.
Right.
That's why I didn't know a Shelby was a Mustang until we ran into one.
Right.
That's like,
see,
that ain't no.
Jack Roush used to race. He used to drag race too in Detroit.
Okay.
Okay. his team was called Gap and Roush. He was the driver at that time.
Okay.
You know, so
Right.
and now he's you know, he's in MMA. I mean, not MMA, but AMA racing cars. His son is. His daughter runs a Mustang that runs off of propane, and it runs 9 seconds in the quarter mile. I'm talking about propane now.
Yeah.
9 seconds in the quarter mile. That's 1,320 feet.
Let me get
I mean, he has, when he makes the Mustangs, he has 3 types. He got stage 1, stage 2, stage 3.
right. And he's right here in right here in Middle Belt and Plymouth.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
And his plant, you can eat off the floor.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Because I ain't.
But when he's building the Roush Mustang, it's everything. It's almost like the Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
Everything is put
Right.
together. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so let me ask you another question about that. Then I want to ask you about this pit stuff. Approximately how many times did you actually actively race?
Woo! Goodness.
Oh, lot. I think what about?
Well, let's see. NHR in the National Mustang Race Association, we had 7 races a year.
Okay.
I usually ran about 4 or 5 of those.
okay.
Along with the National Muscle Car Association, they used to have the same amount, and I would run maybe about 4 of those.
Okay.
And then we had, before that, it was the Mobile One Ford final. He had like, oh my goodness, I would say off the hand,
Over 200 races.
so way over 200.
Okay.
I would
Yeah.
say at least about 800.
Well, I see
Okay.
y'all got some trophies in the back there. So.
Oh yeah. Those are not racing trophies. Those are
For the car.
Car.
It wasn't, this is, the trophies came from Chief Craig. Chief Craig we're into going to car shows
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and car whatever. And Chief Craig, for 2 years, he had it was a car show that would just, I can't even describe it. But anyhow, William
Get back in the camera.
decided to take
Come on
his
back in the
route.
camera. Come on back in the camera. You out.
Get back in the
William decided to take his Roush the 1 year.
Uh-huh.
And it was a lot of them because we're also members of Ford, what's the name of their club? Mika. It's not Mika. What is it? We're a member of Henry Ford.
No, it's the Midwest Mustang Club
That's
of
it.
America.
Thank you.
Okay.
The one here in Detroit. It's called the Midwest Mustang Club.
And they have their car show at Ford headquarters.
That's the week after the
Dream Cruise. Now, also the Dream Cruise, we go there, and then they have so many of them in the little suburb.
Well, the first time I went down there, I came 3rd place with the car.
Okay.
Yeah,
And the next year I won down in my class. And the next year I went down, I won 1st place in my class.
but
Okay.
wait a minute. I took my Mustang, and I figured my Mustang was. I just knew I was gonna get something, and he beat me out with the first place trophy.
All right. Look, we got a question for you.
Okay.
And I believe I know the answer to this. But when you were racing, did they have roll cages in the cars?
Oh yeah, I got a roll cage in mine.
So you got a roll cage in yours?
Yeah. Anytime you go past 1199,
Uh-huh.
then you have to roll cage.
Okay.
Yeah. Then that's when you have to start putting on your fire suit and shoes and all that good stuff.
Right.
You know?
Gloves.
Yeah.
Now, if you're running anything 12s and below, then you have to have a helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But no, not just a helmet, William.
Well, you
The
just have to.
helmet has to be,
Yeah, you have to have a helmet. Okay.
and a microphone.
Well, no, not the microphone, but you have to have a helmet.
He was
Okay, at
supposed to
least.
have a microphone.
Didn't have it.
So
I mean, when I used to go, I would after I bought me a trailer, I would put my car on the trailer, and I would drive to the track, and usually it was always started on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah.
Now Thursday was the day that you go down there and you get your car inspected before you can race. Okay, and then you can set it up on that Thursday, and you can make a couple of runs down on the track. And Friday is the same thing. You do the same thing. You got to make sure you have insurance. They check your tires. They check your helmet and all your gear. Make sure it's in proper working order.
Right.
It's according to what kind of class you're in, whether you got a fire suit, okay, or a roll cage.
Okay.
Okay. Now my roll cage is only 4 posts.
Okay.
So in other words, it comes down behind my back. Okay. Goes over top of both front seats, and then it's got a bar that hooks to it. It goes all the way to the trunk.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And it's
I've
welded.
never heard of that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's welded in.
Yeah,
You can
that
get,
protection
you
they
get a
roll.
2-point roll cage. You can get a 4-point roll cage, a 6-point roll cage. You can get an 8-point roll cage, and the bigger the cage, the better you are, because
Right.
you roll it. You'll save your life.
That's right.
Plus, you have to pay your money.
Right.
It ain't like you can go down the track
No.
and don't pay your money. And it's not cheap. It's not cheap.
Mhm.
I mean, you have to pay. That's the first thing you got to do.
Well, yeah, you got to pay your money. First,
Well, you got to pay your
belong
money.
Yeah.
You have to belong to the sanction, like NHRA.
Uh-huh.
I mean, NHRA, National Mustang Race Association, National
Right.
Muscle Car.
You just
They
can't.
all different sanctions, and you have to belong to them.
You just
Yes.
can't go. You just can't go and want to race down there.
And then you have different classes that you can race in.
Okay.
Okay, they got one they call King of the Street. Okay, what they'll do is they'll take you on a 30-mile trip. The cops will get out there and you'll follow the cops for 30 miles. You bring your car back, you put it in the staging lanes. The only thing you can do with it is put fuel in it and air in the tire. You can't touch it after that.
Wow.
And then you run down the track 3 consecutive times. You go down, get a time slip, you come right back, you run down again, get a time slip. Now they pay with in times. So the faster you go, the more money you're gonna get.
Okay.
Mhm.
So they'll probably start with 9 seconds, 10. 9 seconds. It'll probably be 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14.
Then it goes up.
Okay, and when it comes to 9 seconds, that means you the top dog.
Okay.
Mhm.
So let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a couple nosy questions. First, what's the most you ever won in a race?
Let's see, 500.
Okay.
Yeah, I won 500. And that was the national. That was Mobile One Ford Challenge, and that was in St. Louis International Speedway, which they call it St. Louis, but it's not in St. Louis. It's in Madisonville, Illinois. Right, it's right there when you go over the border to St. Louis.
Right.
But they call it St. Louis International Raceway.
See, they're in the South, and that's the South, as far as I'm concerned. They don't do things right.
They do what they want.
No.
Yeah, just like Cincinnati Service Centers in Kentucky.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Okay, so the other question I wanted to ask you is, I know you, Maria, you were talking earlier about. So when you were racing, how many Black folks were out there doing that?
When we were,
Big zero.
when we were kids, there were a lot,
Okay.
I must say. Now, when I was racing it,
When you was racing on the street with your
Right.
buddy.
no,
I'm talking about.
when we went to the track, there was a lot of people from the city of Detroit.
Okay.
Inkster, and from the surrounding
You're
areas.
talking about Detroit
Black,
Drag.
yeah, black folks.
Yeah.
They were going to the Detroit Dragway. They were going to Milan, and they had a track in Canada that we used to go to. It was called Montreal or something. I can't remember the last name of it. But there were a lot of black people going then, okay? Because we were just, the racing was, hot rodding was just starting out.
It was just hot rod.
Now,
It wasn't racing and you pay your money and you gotta have this, you gotta have that. It was just straight out racing.
now, there's not very many people in National
Nay.
Mustang Race Association. Well, I should say there's not very many black folks.
It ain't, can I
You
tell
know,
you?
matter of fact, I'll tell you a story. I went to Route 66, Raceway Park, which is in Illinois. Okay, it's right outside Chicago. In I can't think of the name of the place, but anyway, Joliet, Illinois. That's where it is. But it's called Route 66, and this was back in 90, maybe 99. Okay. And I was racing and I pulled up in the, right before you do your burnout, you go through the water and you heat up your tires so they can get sticky.
That's the burnout.
That's the burnout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And while I was sitting there, I had my window down because I was trying to get some air because it was hot, And there was some black folks that came down from Chicago and they were in the stands. And the first thing I heard was, "Damn, look at that black guy over there." Ain't you seen that?" So I waved at him and rolled my window up and went racing. So you don't see very many of us doing this.
Till this day.
Yeah.
Like when we go to the races, like we're going to Norwalk next month, you see us a sprinkle, just a sprinkle.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it.
A lot of people are not into drag racing anymore.
Not legal anyway.
No, not legal.
No.
I mean, they do this illegal stuff on the street, which is dangerous.
Yeah.
And I would never try to do that. My car, my Mustang, I can drive it on the street, my race car, but I probably have to have a 15,000 gallon tank of gas behind it because that thing brings gas like it's water. And plus it makes a lot of noise.
Lots of noise.
I don't have any mufflers on it, so it's straight headers coming from the engine.
Right.
It's a 5.0 engine. It's punched out to a 306.
Wait a minute.
It's got.
You gotta explain punch out. Now don't
punch out. Punch out means you went inside the engine and you put more heavier parts in there, like the crankshaft. Okay. You put a forged crankshaft. What that means, it won't break. You put forged rods in there to hold the pistons in.
Yeah.
You put a bigger cam in there. Okay, it gives it a bigger load and it spins. I mean, the pulleys you can change the speed. You can change the horsepower on the car by just changing the pulleys. Okay. A lot of people didn't know that. Yeah. The smaller the pulley, the faster it's gonna go. The more horsepower you get. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I mean, it's what was I saying?
Okay, so that's all right. That's all right. We got a good idea. We got the gist of it.
But I mean, but it's matter of fact. Well, I had it dyno tuned at Walton.
They don't know what dyno.
Okay, dyno tune is you take your car and you take it to a shop, and they put it on this. They put it on this machine. Okay, and you put your back wheels on these rollers. Okay, you start your car. They hook all of these different wires up to it. Right. Okay, and it will tell you. And then they start your car, and you go through the gears, and the car is steady moving. But you got it tied down so it ain't going anywhere. Ain't going nowhere. Right. Okay, and it'll tell you how many RPMs you got, and it'll tell you how much horsepower you got. Okay. The car, my Mustang right now is pulling 465 horses. Okay. Okay. With a 500 and I think it's 19.
You lost it again.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's okay.
You in the pitch. You can say that.
Anyway, besides that horsepower, that 400 and something, I also got a 2-stage nitric system in it. A 200
They
shot.
don't know what night.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Nitric is what we call NOS.
Yeah.
Y'all old enough to when y'all went to the dentist and he put that cup on your face and put you to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nitrous oxide.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
What we do is we feed that into the cylinder. Okay, it explodes with the air and the gas and give you more horsepower. You'll get instant 200 horsepower. So I'm pulling about 600 and some horsepower when I hit that button.
Okay.
Well, did you see Fast and Furious?
Everybody saw Fast and
Okay,
Furious.
so when
they push the button.
Right. Yeah. So that's why I say that part, they probably understand that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now two things, because we getting close to out of time. Maria, I want you to talk about real quick about the stuff that you saw when you were in the pits.
Oh, well, first of all, I saw all the men.
Yeah.
Nobody care about that. Don't nobody care about that.
I do.
Because there's not that very many women out there.
Right. That's right.
I mean, it was like I had them all to myself. Well, William always like I said, he was teaching me. Okay. So he would always say, I want you to go to the pit. I don't want you on the spectator side. I want you to go to the pits because you can walk around and you see everything what the guys are doing. Whatever part they putting on the pit is what it sounds like, a pit. Everybody is tweeting their car, putting their racing tires on, talking to whoever they might see pass by. But it's an exciting time. I love the pit side. That's where we're going next month. Now, but we're going to the Grand Prix. Now, I like the Grand Prix, but I don't like those type of cars because they go around and around. Yeah. Okay. But I like the excitement. I like the excitement of the cars because you meet some very interesting people. Okay? But now the pit, usually what happens, William is getting prepared to go to race. So he dumped me in the pit. You know what I mean? So
well, there's a lot of things to see in the pit.
There's a lot of stuff see in the pit. She trying to make it like it wasn't nothing happening.
No.
Yeah.
They have a midway.
Yep.
Okay. And you got people selling tires, you got people selling parts, you got t-shirts,
We gotta have that commercial side.
All kind of stuff. You can buy
vendors.
anything. Matter of fact, if you was going down the racetrack and you broke a universal joint on your drive shaft, you probably could go out there on the midway and find that universal and then put it back on your car and keep on racing.
Right. There you go.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things out there to see. There's a lot of knowledge out there that these guys have. And you go out there and you try to pick their brains. You probably tell them, look, I got this, I got that. This doesn't work, but this does work. Now, like I said, before I used to drag my car on the trailer, I used to have a trailer hitch on the back of my Mustang. And I had a little trailer that was 4 foot by 6 foot, and I would put my tires and all my stuff on there, and I would go to the drag strip.
Right, there you go.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was like the only one out there doing it. These guys were saying, "You got a car coming out here with a trailer hitch on it? What does that do?" But see, what they didn't know, after I let the air out of my tires and everything, that trailer hitch was almost like a weight. So it sat that back end down so it would grip more.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? It would come out the hole. It wouldn't be fishtailing.
Right.
All right, old school. That's right. Teach them something.
And one thing, that trailer hitch did help me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now, go ahead and say that, and then I'm gonna ask y'all that question. Okay. Well, you done. Remember, I told y'all when I talked to you that we asked everybody, is it something that your mother never that you discovered as you progressed in life that your mother never told you? You probably wish you had her, but she just didn't.
Yeah, like stay out of that car.
Yeah.
So I want both of y'all to answer that question.
Who first to answer that question? Let me see.
Well, my mother told me about everything.
Did she?
I can tell you one thing my mother didn't tell me.
Okay.
She didn't tell me that I would meet this woman 47 years later and get married to her.
There you go.
That said, my little brother was at home because he was in the military too.
Mm-hmm.
And before I got married to Maria, which is about maybe 10 years before that, okay, my sister-in-law and my mom was together at my mom's house, and Maria came by to visit. Just to visit. And when she left, my mom told my sister-in-law that's the girl that William should have married in the first place. But I didn't find that out till about maybe 5 years ago.
Okay. So she didn't tell you, but she told your sister.
Yeah, she told my sister. Yep. Yep. Oh, yeah. And it's kind of funny, 47 years passed and there she is.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it just goes to show you, no matter how much you mess up, if you just stay true to the game, they'll come back around.
Oh,
and you get another chance.
Yeah, because he been through marriage, and I damn sure been through some marriage. Okay.
Yeah, because y'all probably wasn't ready no way.
No,
not at that age.
No.
Yeah,
And I think about it, and I say to myself, I probably, it wasn't the age, because my first marriage, I didn't get married until I was like, what, 30, 33 or something, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't last but about a year and a half.
Okay.
Because I wasn't ready then. I mean, I got married, I got dumped off in Korea.
You talking about, we wasn't married. He wanted to marry me at 17.
Uh-huh.
But I had to see the world.
Oh, did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
He's definitely taking you around the world fast, though.
You hesitated just a little bit too much right there with that answer.
Well, I mean, her being in retired from the IRS, right? Yeah. She was a trainer, so she got to go around the United States.
Oh, he know. He know about.
Yeah. So she got to see different states that she thought she probably would never see.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Without a doubt. I mean, you ain't gonna get married till you shouldn't get married till you're ready, and when it's right, it don't happen until you're ready.
I don't think any young kid should get married till after they get 30 years old. Because they don't know nothing.
If I had to do it over again, I would have. I'd wait. I would wait.
I would wait too. Yeah. Oh yeah, because I mean, you get to, I don't know what's the old saying?
Sow your wild oats.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Coming to America.
Coming to America.
Sow your wild oats.
That's right.
Y'all like gonna get up my nerves.
Right. and so, okay, well that's good, because that's the first time somebody said that, though, for real.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll ask you. I know you said you got you going to the Grand Prix. We'll see you there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you got the
going.
Yes,
we're going.
Yes, we're
right?
going. Yes, we're going.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we'll be there.
Okay.
We don't waste stuff. We try not to anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and so then you got the other event coming up. So what else you got going on that you?
Well, we're gonna go to the
car shows.
The car shows that they got around here.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We live in Oakland County, and they're gonna have a car show here pretty soon too.
Right. We live in a senior community.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty big. I mean, when you think about senior community, you think about apartment. There's homes, just like if you went to buy an actual big home. Okay.
Right.
And so they are pretty. They do a whole lot of activities. They have one of the nicest car shows.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, in that car show, I don't even know if I can get into it because I seen Lamborghinis last year, Ferrari. I
drove
old
mine.
Jaguars.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen everything that they had. I mean, and they've got some nice cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really nice cars.
Right. Ain't nobody look.
Well, see,
ain't nobody racing no golf carts through there, are they?
Oh no.
No, out here, is to show your car. Now, William, it took him a while to understand what I meant. I said, William, nope, no more racing. You know, you got to show your car.
Show your car.
He didn't want to stop racing. He still don't want to stop.
Well, see, every time you go to these different car sanctions, NHRA, National Mustang Race Association, National Muscle Car, they have a car show there.
Okay.
Okay, so you get to watch all the good looking cars that that you don't see it often. So
right, that's right.
You know?
And the thing about not racing, stopping racing is that you still got the equipment.
Oh yeah.
They just don't know if they can beat you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And so you always got that over them. That they wonder. I bet I can beat him. Well, you'll never know.
You never know. You never know.
Hey,
I mean,
can I ask you a question?
I get up to the starting line and don't tell nobody what I be doing, but I drink me about 2 or 3 Red Bulls, so my eyes, that wise.
You just told everybody.
Yeah, hey, it's just us.
What do you do?
Like one of the guests said, it's just us. It's just us talking.
But I mean, that's what I do.
It's in your blood. It's in your DNA.
I haven't found anything yet. No, this is honest God truth. I haven't found anything yet that's better than going down 1,320 feet banging gears. And I do mean nothing.
Well, all right then.
You hear that?
Well,
I know.
I heard
it.
That's what he said. That's his truth.
I mean, that's my truth.
Okay,
I mean, I love it that much.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Now, what would you consider one of the best affordable future cars you could buy?
For racing or style?
Just a classic car that you would.
A car that's gonna be classic.
Yeah.
It's gonna be classic.
Yeah. Just got the lines and the.
The one I want to get. Well, there's several of them. The one I want to get for the classic is the Alante, the Cadillac Alante convertible.
Okay.
That's a hard choice.
Yeah, because there's so many. See, I gotta get some more cars to put in my Harley.
Now I'd like to have another Fairlane, a 1966 427.
Yeah.
Back in those days, they made the 427 in a Fairlane. They only made 100.
Okay.
In 1966, and they only made 100 in 1967.
Okay.
And those cars right now are probably worth over $100,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Regardless of how many miles.
I want an affordable future car.
Or affordable future car.
Well, I don't know.
Ain't no such thing.
That's hard to tell you.
First of all, ain't no real affordable cars now. No way.
Anyhow.
No, that's true.
And in the future, they just gonna cost more.
That's right.
And now behind COVID, they were talking about the used cars that went up.
Well, yeah, because they can't get them.
Yeah. And on top of that, I'm listening at these car manufacturers saying that by 2030, 3/4 of our fleet will be alternative vehicles.
Yeah.
So what do we do about gasoline? Us old people with these cars, what they gonna do with them?
You gotta change.
They gonna
sell them to the museums. Sell
you
them
gotta
to the
change with time.
Yeah, sell them to the museums.
Well, that's an awful lot. That museum will have an awful lot of cars.
Henry Ford, he buys them all.
When I first started driving, I remember gas being 12 cents a gallon.
Yeah. They ain't gonna
and that was
right.
My goodness.
Yeah.
That was years ago.
How's the insurance on your cars?
Well, because of him being military veteran, USAA is for the veterans.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's for military and
military and their
And
families.
families, right?
Okay,
So I get a pretty good deal with
very
insurance.
good deal.
And I've got 6 cars right now insured by them, and I pay about $2,100 every 6 months for all
Okay.
6
For all
cars.
6
And
cars.
all of them all of them are
We take them out.
fully insured. Every last one.
We take them out. We take them out in, let's see, what's that? August, September. We
Mhm.
take them off. Okay.
And I put them in storage.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, what we probably will do, I mean, they want us to go to a classic car insurance,
Right.
Okay.
but USAA, he probably should, but USAA, because by him being military, we get a big discount.
Yeah.
Very
Okay.
big.
Because I don't think it's anywhere you can get full coverage on 6 cars for $2,100 every 6 months.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Right.
That's almost-
Not on 6 cars.
And it goes down to about maybe 18 or so when I take on
Yeah, your sound just went out.
the 88 and the 2 Mustangs.
Okay. Your sound is breaking up.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. It's back.
No, I think a news brief was coming through.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, that what it was?
Mhm.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, we at the end of our time.
Okay.
Is there something else that you want to share with the folks real quick that you haven't spoke on, or something you want to reiterate about the whole idea of racing cars, collecting cars, anything like that?
Well, don't drag race on the street.
That's a good one.
2, if you want to drag race, go to the sanctioning drag race
Where
places that they have,
Mhm.
Milan, whatever drag strip they have in the area, go there and do your drag.
They're not gonna do
If you're gonna do it in the classic cars, getting in the classic car, make sure that before you buy the car, you take it to somebody and have it looked at
Mhm.
and have it appraised
Okay.
before you pay the big money for the car. Now, they've got a lot of these different places around that has these cars already set up. In
Mhm.
Dearborn, they have a place called
Gateway
Gateway
Classic Car.
Classic Cars. And
Okay.
Gateway Classic Cars has a bunch of different outlets in Ohio,
Georgia.
Michigan, Illinois, St. Louis. They've got a bunch of them. And they're
Okay.
not the only ones. There's others too. And they do a pretty good job of selling cars.
Okay.
And they do a pretty good job of keeping these cars,
True.
true to what they are.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. And all it is a bunch of people that want to sell their car, and they get with Gateway
It's consignment.
and they're
Okay.
on consignment. And they sell these
Okay.
cars. And you can
Mhm.
get a real nice car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
they
know,
have
that's
titles
if you-
and all
if you
that.
want-
Yeah.
If you just want a car to get up and on the weekends and run around and come back and put in the garage.
Okay.
Mhm.
There you go.
Yeah. So how often do you run your classic cars?
Sure, every chance I can get.
I tell you what, I've got 661 miles on it this year so far. And I've
Okay.
only been driving it, let's see, a month and a half.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you've been driving. Yeah.
So I probably won't get no more than about maybe 1,000 more miles on it. Then I'll
Okay.
put it up.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I have on my 93, I have only 8,000
On the 93?
on my 93.
No, the 93 is only 56,000 miles on.
Okay, but on my Riata,
On Riata,
that's 8,
Yeah, Riata.
and
Riata
that's
has
an
8,000.
88.
That's 88.
Wow.
That's
my,
right.
my 2010 has 61,000 miles.
Okay. There you
Yeah.
go.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't drive them that often.
That's right. Yeah, because driving don't do no. You drive them enough to keep them so they don't fall apart sitting there.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since I've been in the state of Michigan, I got to change all the suspension system on it because these roads and tore my suspension up.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I'll
We already
probably
know.
get a coilover type system, which costs about maybe $800 and some, the whole system,
Mhm.
and put it on the car.
Okay.
mhm.
I've got one for her 93 right now, and I'm getting ready to put that on.
So you putting it on yourself?
Yeah, I might put it on myself. I don't know.
She
If
was
I don't, I'll find somebody to put it on.
she was supporting you right there.
Oh, she was supporting me. Okay.
Yeah. In her way.
Well, I was going to take it down to this guy, like I said, Walton Racing, and they're down in the downriver area. And I was going to have them do it, but they say they no longer work on Fox body cars.
Yeah.
So, and her car is the last year of a Fox body.
Okay.
Okay. My red car is what they call a SN 95.
Mm-hmm.
And my blue car is SN 197. These are the frames.
Okay.
Mhm.
For the
That's
Fords,
For the Ford.
Fords.
For the
Mhm.
Fords.
Yeah,
Fords.
I see y'all all Ford.
All
Yeah.
other makes have different.
I'm not really Ford.
Well,
You
I'm
just
not, hold it. I'm not really Ford. I just happen to have a 93 Ford.
okay.
I am Cadillac, Ruby car. You know,
I think I'm gonna have to wind up selling that 93 and getting her a Cadillac.
I want the.
I like a Cadillac too now.
It's just like you said, Damon. You get that one, and then you move up and get,
move
you
up
know,
to, yeah.
keep,
That's
you
right.
just keep getting what you
Well,
want.
it's like drag racing.
Mhm.
I mean, you go fast. When I first started, I was in the 14s. I said, 14s is nice, but I want to go 13 seconds in a
Mhm.
quarter mile. So I had to buy some more stuff to make it do 13.
That's
Then
why I bought that Mini
12
Cooper.
seconds. So you have to buy some more stuff so you can go 12 seconds. And it just keeps on.
Right. That's right.
That's why I bought that Mini Cooper. It goes so fast, I don't even know I'm driving fast.
What was that dude?
You better keep that one, put it in your Harlem, and then go on and get you a convertible. You
Okay.
got to have a one convertible.
One convertible, I know.
I got a story about a Mini Cooper. When I got out the Army, I was a chef for the hospital in Fort Campbell. Okay. And we had a visit from Herschel Walker.
Okay.
You remember him? Football player?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I remember.
Herschel was looking at my cars, and he told me that he had a Mini Cooper with a 327 Chevy block engine inside that Mini Cooper.
Really?
I said, you got to be kidding me.
Well, you got
I
money
don't know
like
how the fuck he got it in there.
money.
Yeah, that's true.
You do anything with enough money.
With money.
Yeah.
What color is your Mini Cooper?
Red.
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 Yeah.
I got stripes and everything.
With white stripes.
Now that if you ever want to sell it, how many miles you got on?
24, I think.
If you ever want to sell it, I want it because I always wanted a Mini Cooper, but it's not a convertible, is it?
No.
No, it's not. You gotta wait till I get that one.
No.
I can't take it.
No, it's got a white top with a panoramic moonroof on it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, that's
That's
nice.
nice. Got a
That's
moonroof.
nice. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I gotta have the convertible. Have you seen that convertible Mini Cooper?
Yes.
Oh,
Of course we've seen it.
Yeah,
That's
The
why I'm
the
trying
Mini
to go
Cooper, The
get
Mini
it.
Cooper shot around the corner.
That's a nice car.
Yeah.
that's a nice car.
Yeah. All right, so look, we ain't finna sit and talk about her Mini Cooper no more. But look,
Fast car though.
look. She don't even know how fast it is.
Yeah, okay.
I've driven it fast though.
Well, don't race it on the street, please.
I am.
No, I ran it on a serpentine street up in up outside of Grand Rapids.
Oh, I bet you that was nice.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Well, you know, they got a serpentine down here in Pontiac.
Okay.
They call it the M1.
Yep.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, they've got a new what is it? A new race or whatever for,
That's the car show.
the new car show.
That's
For
the
the,
new car show. And
The Woodward Dream Cruise.
Yeah, and
It's called the M1.
we're going
Right.
there too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
All right.
Well,
then.
look, we thank y'all for coming on here
We sure do.
and sharing
Hey,
and get her thinking like she know how to
I got a
drive a
little
car
racing.
fast
I
because
got
she
a little
don't.
racing in my blood.
Because she don't. And
I wanted a
y'all-
motorcycle. He wouldn't let me get it.
come on.
Oh, Lord.
Calm down. Yeah. Don't. She
So
just.
I can't deal with that. They don't have no doors.
She can't deal with it either. But y'all, look,
See how you do?
look, y'all,
You don't know me.
I know how they do.
y'all keep on having fun.
I
Oh,
know.
yeah.
If you don't do nothing else, keep on having fun.
Every day.
And
Yeah.
and thank you for having us.
Right.
No
Thank you for
problem.
having me.
Oh, I
Thank
enjoyed
you for
so
coming on
much.
and sharing.
You got my
Without a doubt.
cheeks hurting.
That's a good thing.
All
And
right.
maybe Grand Prix. I'll meet you in person.
There
Right.
we go.
Yeah. And not only that, hopefully, like I said, we'll meet up when I get that convertible.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
Right.
like a movie.
And so, and look, this will be on YouTube
Mhm.
by the weekend.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you'll be able to see it on YouTube, and it'll be on the
Oh, okay.
That's
right.
good.
It'll be on the podcast sites, some shortly before that. But
And,
Okay.
and what name?
things
Thing-
my mother never told me.
Okay.
Thanks, Mama.
Yeah.
told me.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, when they come out, go out there, and you'll also be able to see it on your Facebook page too. Because
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
it's shared to your Facebook page right as we speak.
Oh, I'll throw it out there. You know I'm gonna throw it out there.
Right. All right.
Wait a minute,
So-
before you go, what's the name of that movie again? July 1st?
No sudden impact.
No sudden impact.
With,
Oh, it-
With
it-
Don Cheadle.
Oh, okay.
was it sudden impact?
Uh,
It was sudden impact.
Sudden impact.
Yep. It's
Don
Don
Cheadle.
Cheadle
Don Cheadle.
and Benito
Benito.
de Toro.
Yeah, Del Toro. Benito Del Toro. Plus,
Right.
there's
All right.
more guys in there too. That they didn't shoot the whole movie here
Right.
because they shot it somewhere else too. So there's some more big name actors in there.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's a
that-
lot
All right.
okay. Well, we'll be watching it,
Okay.
especially if they stream it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's how we gonna see it.
All right. So look, y'all take care now.
Big virtual
Okay.
hug.
Well, thanks a lot for having us.
We'll see you on the 11th.
Hey, ride or die.
Ride or die.
Ride or die.
Ride or die.
Have
Yeah.
a good one, y'all.
All right. Now.
Okay.
Take
Okay.
care.
Bye-bye.